Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop in Florida. Again, I need to adjust a little here. Excuse me, because even though you preview stuff and set everything up, YouTube obviously does it a little bit different when you actually do go live. I have no clue what's going on up here. You guys can put up with that. Hopefully you can do that. We'll talk about a quick project today that got taken care of. Now, you guys know I have a tow rig, the Ram 2500 outside. Absolutely love it, except you connect screwed up the backup cameras. But otherwise, I absolutely love the ride. It's fully loaded. It's actually plus loaded. I don't know how to describe it. And the one thing I noticed when I actually noticed it when I was coming back from the airport, it's got a huge sunroof, and when the sun comes in, especially here in Florida, there's a trim ring around the center console, which is right here. And the center console, it's chrome, it's plastic, chrome plastic, but it's like a mirror, and it absolutely blinds you when you're driving, and you try and move your head out of the way, and because it's convex, then it actually follows you. So it's very harsh. And I'm not a huge Chrome guy to begin with. I can appreciate it. It's just not my forte. So I had to figure out a way to get rid of that. I didn't want to order a new part and paint it black or whatever because it doesn't really work with the rest of the dash. It would look kind of out of place. So what I did was I got some matte finish spray paint, pulled the trim ring off, and did it matte. So now it is still very silver, but it is 95% less reflective. You can see how bright that chrome is the chrome on the back is, you can tell, versus now on the front, it's much more subdued. So very happy with how this turned out. We'll get that installed in the truck tomorrow. Um, the one thing I wanted to talk about today is, I was actually doing landscaping all day here, trying to, I like to make the house look nice and keep all the lawn and the landscaping, the bushes and trees and stuff looking, professional, or like someone actually lives here. So did a ton of landscaping today. Got a whole bunch of new plants. Got those installed out by the pool. They look great. I hope they live. We're going to get them some Miracle Grow, and hopefully they'll be in good shape. But I was also waiting on parts, and I'm waiting on tools, and the tools arrived today. So I wanted to go through some of those. One of them I picked up 2 weeks ago, and I didn't get to show it to you guys yet. So I saved that one. And then the other one, if you guys remember when we were doing the Miata and my calipers had a dead battery. It turned out the calipers were dead themselves. So just said, nope, it's time for new calipers. And I went and looked for new calipers, and there's everything out there. Mitutoyo is obviously the leader and the very best. They are insanely expensive. Basic calipers, $500, $600. But they're insanely accurate. They're dead on every single time. Quality is there. It's great. So if you are a professional machinist, you definitely need those. They are, Japanese measuring is no joke. So yeah, still working on this too. Also, very odd, Amazon down here does not sell this Rockstar anymore. So um, we had the tools come in, and I want to go through some of them. I'll do the first one. Now, this guy, I've always called a zoomer, just because I want to zoom these screws in and out really quick. It's great for like trim panels or underbody trays. You don't need a ton of torque. You're not, you don't need that Milwaukee 600 foot-pounds of torque bullshit. You can actually do it with just a little guy. Yeah, you can use a screwdriver, but it's going to take you a lot longer if you use a manual screwdriver. This guy is made by Hart, and that tells everybody one thing: Walmart. Yeah, can't spell heart without Walmart. So anyway, the reason I got the Hart one, and this one is about 30 bucks. It's 4 volts. It's rechargeable. And it's USB 3, which is cool. It has a little bit holder on top, which is absolutely useless for me. But what's cool, and this is what's really hard to find, is this trigger setup. Most of these small screw guns, the 4 volt, the 12 volts, you're going to have a single trigger, and then you're going to have a thumb button and to change direction forward and reverse. Now, my other shop in Ohio, I have a Craftsman one that I've had for 15 years, maybe even longer, that has this same trigger setup. And it is extremely handy, especially when you are doing a shitload of screws. Like if I'm taking off the side panel on the Viper to do exhaust stuff, there are 13 screws underneath there that I have to take off. So if I have to go back, oh, sorry, if I have to go back and forth, to loosen up a screw or whatever, I have to switch back and forth on here. And it's kind of a pain. So the reason I like this, and also you never pick it up and wonder which direction you're going. Oh, is this going tight or is this going loose? You choose it right on here, which way you want to go. And so far, I've been happy with this. I haven't had a ton of chance to use it, but it's regular quarter drive and it takes standard bits. There's nothing fancy about it. Charges in about an hour. And I don't know the runtime on it, but I'm going to find out. We'll find out if this guy is worth he's about 28 bucks or so at Walmart. And the other good part is he's stupid small. So he can fit like in a back pocket and then you can use him. And I mean, I can't hold that. So that means he's got pretty good torque. That actually hurt. So he's got good torque. We'll see. We'll see how long he lasts. The case is just over molded rubber and glass fiber uh, resin case. I don't know anything about the motor in here. I don't know anything about the battery, but it's going to work. I think it's going to work pretty well. I did look for a replacement of the Craftsman that I have in Ohio. Those are incredibly rare and incredibly expensive. They're over $200 now, and they're 15, 20 years old. So we're not going to do that. We'll spend 30 bucks. We'll try this hard out. We'll see if it works. And if it doesn't work, lesson learned. But I love the size of this guy. I think he's absolutely right size. I have huge hands, so I can go all the way around on this. If you have smaller hands, this one's going to be great. And the LED light is cool too. You guys can see that. That's always handy. I have that on the Craftsman as well. So we'll see how well this one works out. We'll put it through its paces. Definitely put it through its paces here. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Uh, the other one we were talking about calipers. So I did get, and I don't know why, but everything's coming in orange and black. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a Cincinnati Bengals thing or what. But we have a new set of calipers, and these are from Amazon. These are from Hardell. Again, I have no affiliation with any of these people in any way. I didn't get any of this shit for free. I paid for everything. The cool part about this is you can see up here, we have a USB 3.0, and he is rechargeable. So there's no battery replacement in this. The on and 0. The other thing I really liked was the big display. So I'll get some actual numbers on here. This thing is tight. There we go. So we'll do some real numbers on here. And you guys can see how big that display is. That's very handy. I'm very happy with that. And nice and smooth wheel. No problem with that. And the lock's obviously very good. Calipers are very standardized now. So you can get really, really good accuracy even with just a basic $20, $30 set of calipers. The other nice thing about this is um, it does in millimeters, which I do most of my stuff in millimeters. It does inch, and then it also does fractions. So there you go. 19,128. So if you're, you know, for some reason you need the fractional portion of it, you can do that. So happy these are stainless steel, nicely machined, and let's see, resolution 0.01, so millimeter, so a tenth of a millimeter. And it works from 0 degrees to 40 degrees centigrade. So double that and add 30, 110, 120. So it should be pretty good in all temperatures. Um, I'm okay with this. And he also has the depth gauge. A lot of calipers won't have this where you can measure depth. They might not have the inside diameter one where you can measure inside diameter. So just kind of shop around, find the caliper that works for you. Again, I don't really give a shit what color it is as long as it works. The black and orange is nice, and it does have a bar on here, but you're probably never going to use that. I can't remember the last time I actually used that for anything. Um, this one I'm super excited about, and unless you're super tech and rebuilding engines, rebuilding transmissions, um, going very, very precise with a lot of different things, this probably isn't necessary, but it is great for learning. Now, this one is the cheapest of all the versions that I found, just because I wanted to try it out and see, you know, check accuracy and see how easy it was to work with. Um, this one does have a, that seems like a lot of play there, but that's okay. Um, it is a dial. It actually has a dial on it, which is pretty cool. Now, this guy is also rechargeable. He has a mag charger that goes on the back there. And he's very heavy. He's a thick boy. You know, if you want to compare thickness, this guy's thicker than your regular calipers too. So these guys are pretty thick. This guy's definitely thicker and he definitely weighs more. But that's because he's got a bigger display. And having that dial display on there is pretty cool. It also has a chart on the back here, which is nice. Although, I mean, you got to have supervision to read it. Incredible vision, whatever. So I haven't even turned this on yet. I've just had it on the charger all day. So menu or set. Nope. There we go. He's powering up. So there you go. He's a little hard to see. So we have a dial indicator on there, which is really cool. So let's see if I can. I'll try and get a good shot for you guys so you can see the dial indicator moving. So it has the dial indicator there, and then at the bottom of the display, it has the actual number, so 2.74 millimeters. This one is absolutely awesome. I like this. So we can set unit, whoops, oh, normal, sleep in 30 seconds, ink, I haven't gone through the manual yet. So hold off, 2L off, interface. I guess you can upgrade this. And then, oh, so yeah, you can change it from millimeters to inch to 128th of an inch back to, so we'll put him on inch and he goes 5/10,000ths, which is cool. And then we go back to menu, normal, sleep in 30 seconds. So it does have an auto power off, which is very nice. Damn, I'm sorry, I'm not showing you guys any of this. So there we go. And what do we do? Oh yeah, we hold menu. Okay, so now you can see him. Oh, that's so cool. I like this guy, even though he's kind of heavy. Oh, that's so nice. That's really nice. Now, this guy's more expensive. Again, he was the cheapest of all of them. So I don't know. I guess that zeros it. Does that also power it off? Yeah, and then it has a shutting down. It says shutting down on there, and then it shuts down. This guy was about 60 bucks, but he was the cheapest of all of them. Actually, I can look it up for you. Might not have been 60 bucks. Make sure I get these prices right for you guys. I don't want to send you off in the wrong direction. Give you any misinformation. There's enough misinformation out there. This is made by a company called Wen, who actually they have actually pretty decent budget stuff. It's not super awesome by any stretch. Uh, Stainless steel with smart display. It's hard to say. $58. So that's what that one is. It's made by Wen. It's a 6-inch stainless steel digital dial caliper with LED readout, even though it's actually an LCD readout. And then the other one I got, the rechargeable Hardell with the big display. The 6-inch was $37. So yeah, I thought it was 30 bucks. But that's also it comes with a charging cable and a case and stuff. So those are those two guys. Since I'm there looking at that stuff, let me look at the next thing just so I get the price correct. Um, doo-doo-doo. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure I got the price correct. So, um, $38 for the rechargeable stainless steel large display calipers, which is actually a pretty good deal. See, this wheel has a lot. He's got the same amount of play. He just stays in place better. The one's a little bit looser, but once you get your thumb on there, it's okay. So that guy was 38 bucks. This guy's 58 bucks, and he's far and away the cheapest of all the dial ones. Um, and I think there's plastic on here. Maybe not. Anyway, it's very well built. Again, stainless steel, and having that dial in there is super, super, super cool. Especially when you're doing engine stuff, when you're doing rebuilding engines, connecting rods, bearing surfaces, piston rings, all that stuff. It's so nice to have a dial where it's one of those things when you first start doing machine stuff, you start learning about this and how that dial works versus just reading a number. And the number is handy and that's great. And you get crazy accurate from that. But reading the dial and doing comparisons between thicknesses and surface area and stuff like that, it's just, I don't know. For those of us who are older than 25, the dial is, or I should say older than 30, the dial is very handy when you're doing ultra precise stuff. So I'm very happy with that. And again, it'll be used for the super precise stuff. 95% of the time, we'll be using this guy. He is a power on, zero it out, measure. That's it. This guy we can use for different things. And last tool, I know it's a Saturday night, nobody's here, everyone's out cruising, which is cool, or racing, whichever you should do. Uh, Last thing we have is, oh, I should probably hold this portion up. We have a borescope. Oh, you guys can see the, there you go. Oh yeah, it's Inception. So this is a borescope. This is a little teeny tiny camera. It's an 8 millimeter camera, and this is the screen. And it actually has. It's funny. It has LED lights here. Again, I have not powered this up. I've just had these on charge all day. So uh, there's the door for the charging thing. It is pretty water resistant and it looks pretty stout. Of course, we'll find out by, putting it to the test. My other borescope that's in the shop in Ohio finally died. The battery ate itself and it couldn't recharge any longer. So I got a new. They call it an endoscope, but technically it's a borescope. I guess it's both. Oh, hey, Liz. So we're gonna power this guy up. I'm gonna do this with you guys if it powers up. Hey, inspection endoscope camera. Little blue thing is a screen protector. Hey, there's the ceiling. Okay, so let me unwrap a little bit of this, and then you guys can see maybe if I have the coordination to do this. If I have the coordination to do this. So there you guys go. You can see sort of how it works if I brought that up. So bring this around. He is a very, very tiny camera. So if we wanted to look inside something, let me find something we can look inside. Um, I don't know. I don't have anything good to look inside. Hang on, I'm checking. Oh, this would be kind of fun. All right. So these are one of our tubing bender springs. So you put tubing inside or around this, and then you bend it, and it doesn't crease right here. So I'm going to put the borescope inside of this, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So we're going to have to turn on a light. Oops. Oh, so there's the LED. All right. Let's see if I can hold this for you guys and run that borescope down there. So there you go. I know it's very hard to see and it's not focused because we're camera on camera, but you can see the spring ends and you can see it going down inside and then coming back up. There you go. And there's my legs holding the spring. And then back down into the thing. So this is great for like diagnosing engines. You can pull a spark plug and put the borescope down there and look and see if you have a major problem or a minor problem. It's great for checking uh, things like carbon buildup inside the cylinder, um, stuff like that. Like, try and do this where it has a darker thing that it's looking at. So it's looking at the keyboard and it can go like really close. So, okay, so the LED's off now. And yeah, you can see that's looking at the keyboard. And I mean, it can get in there. So the resolution is halfway decent. It comes with a TF storage card. Video is not hard to see at all. Cool. So you can actually take video or screenshots, and this is 40 bucks. Now, the downside is the camera is always attached. You can't detach the camera, but it does come with a really long cable. I don't know how long the cable is, but it's nice and long. Take a look at some of the settings in here. You have video, photo, language, auto power off, format, and the version. So that's that. Um, you can zoom in, I think. Oh, yeah. He's zooming in. I'll try and face him towards something you guys can see. Not really, because it's too bright. So, whoops. Oh, okay. So he only zooms one way and then resets. There you go. So you can see him zoom in and then reset. Still picture, and then your brightness. Um, this is, I don't know. Oh, that's, you can flip it. Are there two lenses? There are two lenses on this thing. So wait, let me turn off the LED here. There are no lights set up in your home. Do you want to turn off the flashlight? That's Siri. No. Like you haven't set up any. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's Siri. So there's the bulb's out now. There's a side camera there, and then there's the front camera. So when you put it down, like inside of a cylinder, you can actually look at the sidewall. So wait a sec. That's looking forward. That's looking forward. It's reversing it. I don't know how you change it. Oh, there you go. If you hold down on it, it changes to the side camera. Oh, and then it does forward and backward on the side camera. You hold down on it again, and it goes back to the front camera. So that's pretty cool. This endoscope, oh, it's just the cover for it. Um, this actually works pretty good if you just have your thumb right here. It has a little tab for your thumb, and we'll switch this to right side up. So you can hold it like this and run that borescope wherever you want. These are super handy when you're trying to look in very small places. Um, so we'll hold power off, and it even says power off. All right. Um, they're great for engine diagnosis and looking inside of engines without taking the engine completely apart. They are also great if you have access, and this is kind of, I don't want to say few and far between, but it's not a regular thing. You can actually go in through the oil, once you've drained all the oil out, you can go in through the oil drain plug and you can look up at the mains, depending on the engine and whatever, if there's windage trays in the way or whatever. But you can go in and look at the underside of the engine. There's another option. So if you're looking for like coolant galleys and um, you know whatever you can't like go in and look at, these things are usually pretty great, and they're very quick to set up, do it down, and you can twist that cable to get the orientation you want, right? Doing Looking inside cylinders and then cranking it over, so you're on the power stroke or exhaust stroke or whatever, and being able to look at that whole cylinder wall, that's super super handy just by pulling a spark plug. um, the All this stuff came from Amazon. So the rechargeable calipers came from Amazon, 38 bucks. These are the Hardell. um, and then the dial calipers were 58 bucks. These are Wen, and actually Wen makes pretty good budget stuff. If I'm not a professional machinist, and Gail Banks doesn't pay me any money to build shit for him. So that's why I'm using Wen stuff and not Mitutoyo. Mitutoyo is obviously the best. As far as I know, it's the best. Um, and then this came from Amazon. This guy I talked about earlier, this is a little zoomer. He's a 4 volt. And the reason I got this guy, he was 28 bucks or 29 bucks at Walmart, because he's the Heart brand. Heart just means Walmart. The reason I got him is because he has a forward and reverse trigger on the front. There's no button on the side that you have to push in and out. So you know exactly when you pull the trigger which way you're going because you're selecting the direction. It's only 4 volts, doesn't have a ton of torque, but this guy for taking off like taillight screws or underbody screws, this guy, and he fits right in your back pocket, which is really cool. He barely weighs anything. He's rechargeable USB-C, and I don't know how long he's going to last. What do we got here? 4 volts, USB 5 volt, 1 amp in. He doesn't have any numbers on milliamps or amp hours or anything like that. So that's the tools that we're doing, and all this stuff is from Amazon. Let's see, 58 bucks, 38 bucks. That's 90. Uh, it's 96 bucks, and then 30 for, so less than 150 bucks for all of that stuff. And with any good fortune, it lasts you years and years and years. If, like I said, for a regular shop, it's going to be just fine. If you are a professional machinist making stuff for SpaceX, you're not going to be using a one set of calipers. No. But if you're working in a nice shop and occasionally have to measure, uh, piston rings or bearings, the wind's going to work great. And same thing with the Hardell. That one's going to work awesome too. The reason I like those the best is because they're rechargeable. I don't have to jack with batteries anymore. I'm I know the rechargeable stuff is eventually going to wear out, but I'm going to get my use out of it before the battery does. Before the battery, eats itself. So I'm not too concerned about that. More concerned about being able to grab it out of the toolbox, power it up, zero it, measure. That's my biggest thing, and I only need it for a minute. I'm not going to need it for like a professional machinist is going to be using it all damn day. So they'd be a good test for that. If you gave this to, uh, some of the machine shop guys at Kindig's place, try and see if they can kill it. If they can kill it, then you got to upgrade, um, and see how long the battery lasts. I mean, those guys are going to be doing it all day long. Go to, I don't know, any fabrication shop or any machine shop, and see if they uh, see if they last. I should take him to my friend Rich. He owns Exact Machine in Sunbury, Ohio. Those guys measure stuff all day, every day. Even Rich does. So yeah, that would be a really good test for them. And what I'm doing with it is nothing compared to what those guys are doing with it. So with any good fortune, it lasts me a long time. Like I said, the only downside is he's a thick mamma jamma. He's like um, it's like Megan the Stallion, right? So um, yeah, pretty content with those. I'll definitely put them through some paces, but my paces are going to be silly, like I accidentally step on them or I let the battery not charge or whatever, and I just need 2% battery. But yeah, they're very cool. I'm super happy with this dial. I mean, it's so weird. God, that's so cool. Trying to get a better shot for you guys. And I'm also trying to use these calipers in a wrong, very, very wrong way. But I'm also trying to be like super accurate. Yeah, that's just really cool. I like those. They're it's damn accurate. It's really accurate when I'm using it correctly. 145, 150. I mean, this thing works really well. So shutting down and then goes black. That's it. And it has a 30-second timer. So if you don't use it for 30 seconds, it'll shut itself off, which is great for saving batteries. So um, these are tools that you're probably not going to use every day, except the zoomer maybe. Zoomer you probably use every day, taking off dash screws or, like I said, tail lights or bumper covers or whatever. That little zoomer, in my shop in Ohio, the Craftsman, I had hundreds of thousands of screws. I'm sure it's done hundreds of thousands, thousands of charge cycles, and it still goes. It still goes. I actually killed the charger before I killed the actual tool. So I'm hoping this Hart guy works. He's a little bit smaller than the one in Ohio, but he works great. The other difference, there is no high-low switch. The Craftsman one has a high-low gear, so you can go faster or slower. This has one speed. That's the only difference. Not a huge thing, especially when you're doing 20 screws or trying to take like a dash apart or a console. There's all those little tiny screws, and you got to put them in the tin and put them in the bag and label them. You got all those screws, and yeah, that's why we like the little zoomers. Yes, you can use a regular screwdriver. You can use that too if you really want to. Do 50 screws in a console, or you can do 50 screws in a console with this guy. Your call. Both work. So yeah, that's about it for tonight. As you can see, I still have some little tweaking to do on the Miata. Once the Miata is tweaked, that side, this side suspension needs to come down 1/4 inch. That side suspension needs to come up a 1/4 inch. So we'll get that, and that's why we have our new calipers. Is we're going to be able to measure our threads on the coilovers, make sure everybody's happy there, and that way the Miata suspension will be all done and everyone's balanced out. Then the limo will come back in here, and we'll be doing a ton of stuff at the front of the limo. Engine, some wiring up there, alternators, the battery isolator, all of that stuff we're going to be doing on the limo. So that is coming up, and we want to get the sniper running 100%. It's like at 95% right now, so we need to get the sniper running at 100%, and then that car's pretty much ready to go. So aside from the hot tub plumbing, but hot tub plumbing should be pretty pretty easy. I'm not a plumber, but hot tubs seem pretty easy, so we're gonna figure it out. And yeah, so we'll have the limo back in here to do a whole bunch of front end stuff on it. And that was the other thing. I got to go check my messages on my phone. Might be going to Naples tomorrow. There's a big supercar event in Mercado, and might be going down to that. So I don't know yet. It's midnight, and I haven't heard anything. So we'll see what happens. If not, they have another one in. I think it's in 2 weeks or next month. I don't remember their scheduling on it. We have Sarasota Cars and Coffee coming up, and we also have this coming week, and this is a special shout out, which is just a weird thing that he's coming here. I don't know. I figured he would be in Tampa or in Naples or Miami. I know he does. I know he goes to Naples. I know he goes to Fort Myers, but for some weird reason, he's coming to Port Charlotte. Adam Ferrara will be here next week, not on my show, but he's going to be in Port Charlotte. He's bringing his show for a couple of nights to Port Charlotte. I got tickets. I'm going to the Adam Ferrara show this coming week. If you guys don't know who Adam Ferrara is, he is a comedian who's very funny. He was on. He's been on a ton of television shows. Um, he was on Rescue Me. He was on. God, it was Edie Falco's show. I don't remember the name of it. He does a ton of comedy stuff online on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and stuff. He's very very funny. 2000% New York. Um, and he was also on Top Gear. He's a huge car guy. So he's hosted a bunch of Mecum auctions. He's done interviews with people and stuff like that. And maybe he's at Barrett Jackson. I think he does Barrett Jackson auctions. Super great guy. Definitely a huge gearhead. So I'm gonna go see Adam. I talked to him on one of his live streams. Told him that I'd be bringing the Viper. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. But definitely go check out Adam and check out like the first couple of seasons of Top Gear are really fun. Those guys are trying to figure each other out and have a good time and they're actually. I really wish they would have kept going with it because the chemistry just got better and better and better with each season. But the producers and History Channel and all that didn't have patience for that shit, so they bailed on it. But anyway, we're gonna go see Adam. We'll have the limo in here. We'll be ripping around the Miata, which would be really nice, especially down here. I mean, it was a gorgeous day today, and I was digging around in the plants. Uh, I should have been ripping around in the Miata all day, but yeah, we'll have the limo in here. We'll have the Miata out. We'll have the Viper out this coming week, and Sarasota Cars and Coffee, and there's a bunch of other stuff up in Tampa too. So we might combine some of that stuff all this coming week. So super excited about all of this stuff. Thanks you guys for hanging out tonight. Hopefully you like the tools. It's hard to work on cars without tools. So that's why I do this stuff is to show you guys either what I'm trying out or what works for me. And anything that I tell you guys is 100%. That means I've used it for years. I've used it 1,000 times. It's it's always set me right. So I don't bring crap on here if I can help it. So and this is all real world stuff. No one's paying me shit to say any nice stuff about this. No one's paying me a damn dime. So this is all on my own. Um, so yeah, if these guys work out and this borescope works out, I'll give you guys updates, or you can ask about it, and I'll give you guys updates. But right now we're just testing these guys, and same thing with the zoomer. This guy, he could be awesome. He could crap out next week. So we'll find out, right? And if there are updates on those, I'll bring them to you guys. Like if something bombs out here, I'll let you know. Hey, this lasted 2 weeks. Hey, this only lasted a week. Or hey, this got me out of a super tight pinch. I had to get in somewhere underneath with the carny hands and try and hold it. So, I'll let you guys know on that stuff. That's about it for tonight. Does that work for you guys? I know it's a Saturday night. Everyone's out, just college football or some other sports ball thing, and doing all that other stuff. I'm playing with tools. That's what I do. I'm weird. Yeah. So thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate it. Um, we'll be doing a lot more stuff. Like I said, this coming week, we'll have a bunch of different things in here. And also, we have the truck coming in. The truck's getting oil change, fuel filter, and new front pads. So, like I said, it never stops when you own this many cars. It's constant. So, limo, truck, Viper, Miata, everybody gets worked on. Oh, we have other Miata stuff coming. It's top secret though. We have other Miata stuff coming that I'll do a whole install video for. Even though the company does a great install video, I'll do one as well, and you guys can see how it works in this. So fun Miata stuff coming up. That's about it, I think, for tonight. I think. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. Thanks to all the new subscribers. You guys are awesome. and I really appreciate it. Like I said, I don't get paid for any of this, so I'm doing this because I love teaching you guys, and I love hearing back that you guys are having a good time with it or learning from it. That's my payoff. So uh, took a friend on a Miata night drive. Yeah, yeah, Miata top down, chef's kiss. And you know, are you doing 200 miles an hour? Nope. Are you doing 100 miles an hour? Maybe if you're falling out of an airplane. Are you doing 65 or 70 on the highway with the top down and the music cranked? Yes. Are you happy as can be? Yes. That's what this car is. There's a reason NA smile. It's because they make everybody happy. So just remember that. They're the only car that smiles. Look at the front end of a Miata. It's the only car out there with a smile. That car over there, angry as hell. This car, smiling all the time. That's what it does to you. Promise. So yeah, thanks for hanging out tonight, everyone. Like I said, we'll be in here a lot more this coming week with a lot of different stuff, and I appreciate you guys hanging out. I really do. Don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give them a kiss on the cheek. Give them a kiss on the tip of their nose. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze. It's really important for them, but it is far more important for you. All right. Put all these tools away. Need a bigger toolbox. Need a much bigger toolbox.